Welcome back, my J2C crypto army. What's going on, YouTube? It's been a couple of days since I've uploaded a video, but not without reason. I've been very busy in my personal life, so I apologize for not posting every day. There's been a lot of news left and right about Stellar, about Ripple, and none of it really matters regarding the price point. It does in the future, but as of right now, it doesn't, and I'm going to explain to why in a minute. But before I do, if you guys find my information useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And also, this is not financial advice. I will not tell you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm giving you the facts. I highly encourage you to do your own research. Anything I say here, you should always fact check before you make a decision, right? Because I should not be your only source. You should be looking around, Googling the pages that I tell you about and the information that I tell you about before you make a financial decision. So let's get started right to this video, right? So right here, what you see on the screen is you're looking at XRP, and XRP has been going up, but it has been very sideways lately. And there's been a lot of news, but again, a lot of that stuff doesn't matter, right? The big news that really matters is, when is XRP lawsuit going to end with the SEC? When are they going to win, right? So their attitude has changed on the SEC side from, we're going to make an example out of them, we're going to, they are security, to now it's like, okay, we should be ready to accept the defeat at any point, meaning they know they lost, right? They have nothing. I think they're just buying time. But, I'm not going to say for what. Probably some kind of interaction with Ethereum to give them time, but you already know my post on Ethereum. Ethereum is very corrupt, shady. I don't like it. Their gas fees are way too high. They're robbing people. You shouldn't pay hundreds of dollars for a single transaction, and I don't know when they're going to release the portion that's going to fix that. I don't know if they ever will. And so for that reason, I've moved on from Ethereum, and I've started looking into XRP and XLM. Now, as soon as XRP becomes available in Coinbase, you better believe I'm going to hop on that. Why? Because this is pointing upward, right? The moving average, the Bollinger Band, kind of shows some of the high lows, but it also really shows you the direction in which the price is going. As you can see, everything's starting to come up, and it's going up. And right now it's sitting here. Very soon, yes, I believe it's going to hit $1 soon. But the real pump is going to come when the SEC lawsuit is up. And I'm hoping that they list this on Coinbase right away. The second they do, I'm going to buy some. Why? Because it's going to pump, right? The news is going to pump. So I'm going to buy it very low. Well, right now it's still, not as low as I would like it to be, but certainly, if I could have got it at 62 cents back in February, I absolutely would have. But, Coinbase is not really my friend lately. They take away stuff, or they take too long, and especially if you live in New York. But I certainly expect XRP to hit $1 mark very soon. And it looks like things are starting to pop up. And the more green that I see, the better. It closes on the day on the upper. And even these reds, they're not really like that much lower than the greens, right? Just slightly. That makes a red. Or they close on the day very low. But again, not a big deal, because what I'm looking at here is kind of compressing. Things are going up, so this is ready to pop at any point. But all right, let's go over to XLM. I want to show you guys this one. XLM, man. These lines right here, the red lines that you see, those were from my last video. I talk about it. You can go in there, say this is it's starting to consolidate. It looks like it's going to shoot up. And what happened? Soon after I make my videos is green, 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 green. Surpassed this line already, broke out, and it's green. It's reaching the top of the Bollinger Band, and that to me is fascinating, because in most scenarios, if you look over here in the past, or you look right here, every time it goes above the Bollinger Band, it tanks back down. People sell it, right? And then it kind of goes back up, and it always goes between the Bollinger Band. So can it keep going up? Absolutely, it has a potential to explode. But also the fact that the moving average is below and it stayed above it, it's either one of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to come down a little bit and retouch that the center line, but of course this is just showing an upward momentum, so I certainly expect the price to keep going up. And for those of you that have been accumulating all this time that I talk about, you're starting to see some profits, right? Not a whole lot. I mean, 19 cents to 23 cents, give or take another 7 cents, and you've already made up to a 50% profit on what your investment is. So XLM is certainly one that I have a lot of. XLM, I'm continuing to accumulate whenever I get a chance because it's still low at 20 something cents. Are you kidding me? This is going to be huge. This is going to be the mother lode. But why? What's it going to take, right? So the SEC lawsuit, we're all waiting for that, right? We're sitting here sweating. We're checking all the news articles, see what's going on. But that's only going to be a small bump in price, right? We may see a burst of people because of the FOMO, fear of missing out, but it still needs usability, same as XLM. So what does that mean? So until these companies start using XLM as what it's intended for, that's when you're really going to see a bump. That and the smart contracts that are supposed to be coming out at the end of the year. Now they're doing things right? So they kind of saw the smart contracts out there, and they're looking at what is needed in these smart contracts, what is missing from the other competitors that they don't have. And so their smart contracts is going to be above everything else, right? Their high transactions was only a testing number 2. So 1 million transactions per second is what they tested. Doesn't mean that that's where they're limited, right? Because it's very interesting that they say 1 million and then one of the other cryptocurrencies comes out and says, oh, we could do 2 million. But that might have been a strategy of XLM. Either way, this is going to be the crypto to go to as soon as these countries start using them, and it's getting closer and closer every single day. Every single news article that we're seeing is really pointing towards the fact that that they're getting closer. They're testing, they're integrating, the conditions are just right. So I can expect in the next 3 to 5 years just to really start to see more countries starting to really talk about what they're doing. South Asia, European countries, even Africa, starting to test some of their stuff, and this is going to be huge. This is going to accelerate the growth around the world, especially for those countries that have always struggled with using other power nations countries like the US dollar and things like that. So certainly this is part of why we're seeing a bump. Another part of the reason is Russia starting to talk about accepting cryptocurrency for oil payments, anything but the US dollar, which is unfortunate for the US country, but it certainly is helping on the crypto side. So that's why I haven't really been posting, because it doesn't really matter a lot of these partnerships. It's nice to know, yes, it's exciting, but until there's actual usability and these countries, partnerships, and companies start using the product like XLM and XRP, there's really nothing that to gain yet. It's going to, obviously we're going to see small bumps. We're going to see price going up as we go into the bull run, and this certainly looks like a bull run to me. I mean, we've gone from a big red, or down here. Let me start down here. The lowest was in March 7th, right? We were looking at 16 cents. It bumped up, it just keeps going up from 16 cents to now it's at 23 cents. That's pretty huge, right? Another 3 cents, and we've already gone up 10 cents from the time we started. And so I'm starting to see nice gains on my portfolio, and I'm happy about that. And I'm certainly very excited to see what's going to happen, guys. Let me know your thoughts and your comments on what you think about XLM and XRP. But certainly things are getting heated up. We're starting to see cryptocurrency as a whole go up, across the board. And I'm going to start doing some more videos now that things are starting to free up. But certainly I'm curious to see in the next couple of days. Don't be surprised, again, I'm going to remind you, don't be surprised if XLM comes down a little bit, because it's certainly not normal for it to be above the line here. I mean, if we go back, very rarely, even here, like what I mean right here, you look at this at the screen here, and you see the moving average, the middle of the Bollinger Band. It always wants to retouch the middle. Even if it goes way down here, it kind of bounces at the bottom of the Bollinger Band and then tries to retouch the center line, coming down, up. Even if it goes up, it comes back down to retest it. It tries to go up, comes back down to retest it. So this is what I mean by don't be surprised if it tries to come back down to retouch this line. But the fact that it's been going up like this, it's been surpassing. It hasn't really, this is the first time it actually closed above it, except for these kind of minor things. But this is the first time it closed above it, so don't be surprised if it comes down a little bit for somewhat of a correction. But if this is truly the altcoin season bull run that we've been expecting, I wouldn't be surprised if this shoots up from one day to the other, right? As it starts going up, as we start seeing green days over and over again, you're going to have a lot of people that have been waiting for this that are going to FOMO in. They're going to start pouring money into cryptocurrency, and it's going to shoot up, especially as XLM and XRP have been two of the biggest anticipated cryptocurrencies that are the most undervalued right now. You can see other channels and they talk and they go on and on and on about nonsense, but certainly I can tell you that XLM and XRP are two of the biggest and most anticipated cryptocurrencies to shoot up in 2022. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a long time, but this is kind of like Apple stock and Tesla. It's just a long-term investments. You're going to continue to see growth, and before you know it, this is going to be such an incredible price point that I truly believe that those of you that invest in some of these smart cryptocurrencies that have big usability now are going to be millionaires in the future. Now you become millionaires by holding, no matter what, right? Cryptocurrency is not going away. It's only going to continue to increase in usage. But if you just gain a 20% sell and then dump all your coins and walk away happy, you're going to really hate yourself when you come back later on to check on the price point and realize that it had 1,000% increase. So don't be surprised if you sell early, but also don't be scared to take some profits. Take some profits when you gain a certain percentage. Sell maybe 20% of your cryptocurrency, wait for the next dip, and put that money back in to buy it again as it goes up. When you hit the bottom, you're going to continue to increase your profits over and over again. But always retain a good chunk of the original price, because it's going to be very unlikely that you'll be able to buy the same quantity that you did at this point. This may be the lowest of the low. This video right here may actually be historically talking about the time that XLM and XRP were at their lowest. And so don't be surprised if 5 years down the line, XLM is $50 a piece. And you're thinking back, oh yeah, remember back when J2C channel talked about being at the lowest point ever? Yeah, I mean, certainly you could probably have gotten it a lot lower throughout this time, maybe like a couple cents lower, but really like between 10, even 1 cent and 20 cents is nothing compared to what this is going to be in the near future. So just keep that in mind. This is why I've been accumulating. This is why I've been telling people about XLM and what's going on and what I expect in the future, because only that way you are informed enough to make a decision about whether to invest. And if you do invest, odds are you will not lose. Even if you bought this at $1, as long as you hold long-term and stay informed, because you never know what's going to happen, right? We can't predict the future. We can't predict what's going to happen with the government and what laws they are, especially with this current government. You never know what they're going to do. But it's always very good to stay informed in case something's very drastic, unlikely, but very drastic and possible, that could always crash any cryptocurrency or any company you're investing in. So don't just put it in and forget about it and walk back 10 years later hoping to see a price increase. If you're investing in a company, you own part of that company. Stay on top of the news as often as you can. It doesn't mean you have to lose sleep and, your wife finds you at 3 o'clock in the morning doing research on XLM because you're scared. But certainly keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on the news. It doesn't hurt to just watch a quick 5-minute video, 15-20 minutes, and just listen to what's going on the companies that you invest in. You won't regret that. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed my channel. I'm hoping to post some more. I apologize again. I haven't been as active as I should be, but I really appreciate those of you that have been loyal and patient and understand that unless something major happened, and I'm very busy, I'm not going to post a video. But if something major is happening and like this, I'm seeing so many days of just positive, it's, I'm going to come out here and tell you guys, like, look, we talked about this. But all right, guys, I'll catch you guys on my next video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks.